Let's talk to Shadowheart. I am so sorry.
Keeping us all on tenterhooks so you can make a dramatic entrance.
I am so sorry, Shadowheart.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
I've been counting down the days.
Honestly?
She doesn't seem angry.
Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever.
She's not angry at all. I thought she'd be furious that we just left her.
You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I
You saying I got fat? You look good too.
I suppose I do, don't I? I'm glad you seem well. Truly.
What have you been up to?
I found a little cottage. Abandoned, half ruined. There's a lot of such places to be found, thanks to the Absolute's armies. I've been making it my own.
Oh, good. How are your parents?
Healing. Learning to live again. It's hard to think of all that was robbed from them, but they're intent on making every day count for double. My mother's mind still drifts every now and again, but she has more good days than not so good days. She taught me her recipe for apple and plum pie, and when I tasted it, I actually remembered it from when I was a little girl.
Oh.
Some things can't be taken from you, it seems. Father's making himself useful, helping me fix up the cottage and caring for the animals. You should see the amount I have now. He's been waiting years for this. Now he can't stop smiling.
That's good. That's good.
Sorry.
I think I got the best possible
I'm
ending
rambling.
for all of them, honestly.
Family life and pastry recipes probably aren't the most
I'm so
interesting
glad. This is
topics
so
for
hard to
such
get
a
to this point.
historic reunion.
There are things...
I couldn't have said it better myself. Just be sure to take your own advice whenever you can. You've earned it.
Must be wondering what I've been doing.
Must I? You presume a great deal. I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all.
Been carving my way through Avernus with Karlach.
I'm glad you two have each other. Hells, I'd be almost tempted to come along if you'd have me. Perhaps if your adventures ever lead you out of Avernus permanently. Hopefully these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves.
We'll keep in touch.
I'm sure we will, but let's be proactive about it all the same. We're more than capable.
Darn
After
right.
all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars. Don't be a stranger.
Are we not romance?
I've missed wine. Had to resort to making my own cider recently, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But a girl can't have fun with apples alone.
I have another hope.
Oh, twist my arm and break it, why don't you?
Oh, I don't think we're romance to her anymore. Hey, at least she's happy. Owl bear! Good to see
He
you.
looks coyly at the ground, suddenly shy.
Good owl bear. You look so good in your armor.
There's something strange in your old friend's mouth.
It's the astral prism.
What is it?
I'm dead. What you got there, Scratch? He's really holding the
A
astral
familiar
prism.
invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism.
Yeah, no use for that now, huh?
Ah, my dear friend. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
He wasn't invited, I'm dead.
Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form.
Oh, thank you, Volo.
You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
The Hero and I.
Me. It's all Volo as far as I'm concerned.
You have fun with that.
Once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Sure thing.
You see, Boo?
Minsk.
I told... breathe deep, Boo. The smell of heroes sings from every stone in this place. To meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both. Oh, and for Happy also.
Who the heck is this?
Yes,
Who are you?
honored, of course.
Some random dude? Good to see you.
See how your very presence snatches the breath from his chest? It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend, while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
Yes.
He dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
How are you alive?
The guild should not go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for them, hmm? It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsk's arm was growing aexum.
Still chasing after the guild?
So I have. Though it is a peace made more from blade and boot than it is any sense of brotherhood.
You look good with that outfit,
fingers
dude.
forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels. And so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site. Even from her. But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking
Yes, yes! Oh,
But enough, my friend! I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsk and Boo would know where you... Oh, Boo, do you know what it would mean? To find a cure for Karlak's heart? Exactly! Her heart would be cured! Oh, when this day comes, you must come and bunk with Minsk and Boo. Fear not, we sleep in that sewer no longer. It is a different sewer, much less damp beneath the bedroll. Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends. We'll Ravengard, the blade of frontiers, devil-horned and angel-hearted.
What a bro.
Lae'zel of Creshkiller, true child of Gith, and true friend to Boo. Though she will and say it is not so. Astarion, who is banished by the sun itself for fear his Spanish soul might outshine it. We visit him much down in the dark places, though he often moves his lair without remembering to tell Minsk where.
It's funny.
Gale, the man who would be a god, but then thought better of it. Boo thinks better of him for it too. Shadowheart, two gods dogged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Halsin, archdruid of Arch somewhere. He is a much better man than he
I knew
smells.
Halsin stunk. I knew he
And
was stinky.
there, the champion of the Hells herself. Karlak Demon's Bane, Devil's Bane, Merkul Ball and Bane.
Very good. Excellent work.
Once the guild is made of goodness once more, Bull shall scratch the Hells wide open and find a way to bring her back. And finally, Jahira. If this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you. Study them well, sneak thief, for the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before themselves. Who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait!
Go, my friend. Be among our friends. Ooh.
Jaheira!
Well now, you can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
Is she too, Jaheira?
How nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
Kip, but it's our Kip.
Baldurians simply get on with it.
What, like New Yorkers?
Stubbornness, civic spirit. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. My own son George
You have a
has
son?
been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's
I
Crossing.
didn't know you had a son.
Not so for my daughter.
You have a daughter?
Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the
I
craftsmen.
didn't know you had a daughter. Or
Though
a
she
son.
spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again. There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
This campsite is my home.
Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments.
What's up, Karlak?
Oh shit. Oh my god! He wasn't kidding. Where's your mad bastard? You brought us back!
Someone's happy.
Commander Zula won't know where the fuck we went! Ha! Oh man, I can't wait to say hi to everyone. Rest up, soldier. My tin can will be alright for the night. And you and me will get to sleep with both eyes shut for the first time in 6 months.
It's been 6 months? Sure your engine will be alright?
She's got a night in her, I think. Any trouble and I'll toddle back off to hell quick as you please.
How about a hug?
You don't need to ask, soldier.
I will never turn you into a mind flayer, Karlak. Awkward hug.
Here, here. Enjoy it, soldier. You've earned it.
The fire is blue.
Oh, hey. Before you go, I've been thinking about those blueprints we found.
Blueprints.
Zariel's probably got a load of Cambions guarding that forge. I'm sure she knows I'll want in. She'll do anything to stop me from fixing this thing. I might have an in with one of the guards, though. You may remember my old friend.
Oh my
Flo.
god.
Not sure
Hope.
she'll help
You have
us,
hope.
but maybe.
DLC, bro. Please. Please, DLC. I'm just
We
kidding.
might get to come home. Permanently. Maybe even sooner than we think.
Let's get to work then. But first we party.
Good here!
Don't what?
Halson, how you doing,
You
bro?
would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Miss you, buddy.
We have all pined for each other's company, I
You were
sense.
soloing Raphael, dude.
I cannot
Mad
imagine
respect.
otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
You sound like you need a hug.
I always do.
We're giving everyone hugs. Oh. Just so sweet. We saved the world together, man. That's crazy.
That was more than worth the wait.
I'm sure there'll be more than where that came from.
Rest assured, my arms shall be ready. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
What have you been up to?
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them.
Heck yeah.
The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees.
Heck yeah.
Nature and civilization are in harmony. Stronger together.
Balance. This is the balance you wanted?
In a manner of speaking, yes. Though it is a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. True balance is no simple, fixed thing. I see that now. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
I'll need to see this place for myself.
You are welcome whenever you like. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges.
I got you, bro.
Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Let me see what I got.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Let's talk about the last 6 months.
You have kept yourself busy. I expect I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Oh yeah, what about Daniel?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers.
Oh, good.
They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods as far as I'm concerned. On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle?
Yes.
I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Oh. Sweet. Thank you.
Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Thanks, buddy. Lae'zel!
A most welcome sight. My own friend, the Hellswalker. I thought slaying
looking good,
Vergit's
Lae'zel.
hunters in the cliffs of Sword's Teeth might be the month's pinnacle. But I was wrong. Being right here, with you, is an infinitely greater pleasure.
I miss you too, Lae'zel. She's smiling. What's she looking at? What was that?
Were it not for you, I might not have known the value of partnership, connection. I found new allies now. New friends. People I trust and who trust me in return. We've heard word of a Githyanki outpost hidden deep in Chult, the last of Vlaakith's Sword Coast strongholds. I don't suppose you'd consider fleeing the Hells and joining us there to slay every last Sarth and Kithrak.
I'm stuck killing devils in Avernus.
You say stuck, and still you stay. Your devotion to Karlach knows no bounds, nor, it seems, does your fortitude. You impressed me from the beginning, you know. It was my own foolish pride that ever kept me from admitting it. To you, or myself. I just wanted you to know that.
Oh.
Now go, mingle while you can. That's the word, right? Mingle?
Yes.
We'll meet again. The Hells are too small to contain a soul as tremendous as yours.
Oh.
This is...
So you made it! Now it really is a party.
Alright, I guess the Serana wants to talk.
feeling. Comfort.
Staring.
Hello, darling.
What you been up to?
I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And look at you. Straight from the hells, still reeking of brimstone. I take it you've been having fun.
Oh, yes. Killing devils, causing chaos.
I'd expect nothing less from someone of your talents. You always brought a whiff of madness to the battlefield. I do miss it.
You in a good mood, bro?
Cheeky. I've been very well behaved. Thank you. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero.
Oh, wow.
It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it.
Nice. I could have told you that.
Yes, but you say all sorts of things. Honestly, I don't even listen half the time.
I figured.
It has made for a nice change, though. Inspiring hope in people, instead of terror. Well, I do try to inspire a little terror. I'm still me, after all.
What's next for you?
Hardly. Good people don't spend as much time lurking in the dark as I do. You know, it's funny. At first, I thought I was trapped by the shadows, cursed to live in them forever. But in time, I realized that darkness is as much a part of me as my fangs. This is only a curse as long as I refuse to embrace the shadows. So, I decided I would.
That's good, man. Good
I
for you.
decided not to be defined by the choices other people made, by what other people did to me. My past may be done, but my present, my future, they're mine.
Proud of you, man.
This is who I am. In all my glory, for better and for worse. That being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in.
Good outfit, good outfit.
Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstar.
He's a
Academy,
professor.
Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Awesome. I see Mishra didn't smite you in the end.
She did not. I'm delighted to report. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
Why is magic so much fun?
Illusory magic has the power to confound the senses, to render the impossible into reality, and to allow expression of that most magical attribute of all, imagination. Unfortunately, in that respect, some of my apprentices seem to be rather lazy. Oh, they try their best, of course, and they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them!
Who the heck?
Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
Who are you?
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
I'd like to say I've been up to no good, and that would be true. I've been up to no good.
From you, I'd expect nothing less. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be
That's nice.
delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'll have plenty of questions for you.
It would be... I can't think of anyone better to let loose on a room full of impressionable apprentices.
Well, I, for one, can't wait. And I say with some confidence, neither can they. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower.
Who's this cat, bro?
My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower.
I miss you,
It will
Gale.
give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selfless...
I wanted to give him a hug.
I can't believe this is quite... yes, it's really quite lovely.
Yeah, I want a hug. Hug my boy.
It's good to see you again.
Kind. I'd hate to have missed this. At least I have my parents to take care of the animals. I'd never have made it in time with them until...
Your relief, your projection holds. It took a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen sight. You can touch, taste, and talk. but your fleshy body is in limbo. The Githzerai God King, Menya, should the Githzerai join you.
What's the word on the rebellion? I presume you've cracked open more Kithraki heads than you could possibly count.
What? This is not... What? I'm with Karlak, bro.
Then you did keep... I'm afraid since we last met, my corpse count remains a paltry 0. Rebuilding a city requires a politic mind. A sharp soldering blade, not so much.
You look good though, bro. That's a nice fit.
Coin must change hands. Father leaves me to my own devices. Oh, he's got no shortage of advice when Still, I make the decisions I see fit. The ones I think will restore the city to glory. I serve only Baldur's Gate, not a devil of the first hell.
I suppose you ever miss Mizora?
Never. The hexes and eldritch blasts, losing them took getting used to. They left behind a cold abyss where fire once raged. So I stoked a new one. Now the burning comes from within me, not from the depths of Avernus.
He's changed a lot under you.
I've had more than a few challenges, given the horns sprouting from my head. The people know me as one of the champions who saved their beloved city. They know Ravengard blood flows through my veins. The patriarchs, the aristocracy, the councils of Waterdeep and Arm, their arms aren't so wide open. Still, there's no friction that can't be greased with a sly promise or a proposition.
What's happened to the council before?
Disbanded, to be formed anew. I don't expect a soldier or street sweeper to see through the schemes of a tyrant like Gortash, but the city's lords and ladies were all too eager to abandon their oaths and bend the knee. My father, Ulder Ravengard, is now Grand Duke of the Triad, Keeper of the Fist.
That's cool.
Floric is now Grand Duke of the Crossing, the face of devotion.
Very good.
And I am Will Ravengard, Grand Duke of the Worm, Heart of the Gate. We will yet be four.
So proud of all these guys.
Until such time and after, we will enact the will of the People's Parliament. Baldur's Gate is nothing without its citizens, both in the upper and lower. Our duty is to them, and only them. The jewel of the coast will shine ever bright, welcoming the weak and the weary from wherever they hail. We are building new housing, not just shanties, but homes where families can rest their heads, plant gardens, pursue happiness. Amazing what can be done when Parliament and the Council pressure the upper city elites to open their coffers. I'm sure the Silver Shields can make do without a few more jeweled crowns. Father's back in his element. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. With a few exceptions, Father's pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. Of course. Go on, the night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it.
I wanted to give him a hug.
A single drop of wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Hey, let's go. I wanted to give him a
Cheers
hug.
to you.
My favorites.
Okay.
Unless my taste in music
I wanted
is
to give
too
him a hug.
antique, of course.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
Pretty good.
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Caught up with everyone.
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now.
For now?
Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
The greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
Alright. Rest in peace, Jim Southworth. What an amazing game. There's not really much I can say. This is one of the best games I have ever played. I don't say that lightly. This is literally one of the best games I have ever played. I'm so glad I was able to record it and preserve this memory. Just video games are so cool, guys. Video games are so great. Wow. Thank you for joining me for Baldur's Gate 3. Let's see if there's anything else.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
This dude Withers is cool, bro. Let me see if there's anything else before I end this recording. Alright. Thank you for joining me, guys. This has been Baldur's Gate 3. Probably my longest playthrough ever on this channel. It is the longest game I've played. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.